up when you were kids?
Hold on, wait. What was that question? Because I just shut it off and turned it back on. What was it?
I said, what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a kid? Like, what did you want your job to be, or what did you want to do?
Everything. It changed, like, every year. Probably, like, for the longest time, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Yeah.
But it changed so many times. I wanted to be an airline pilot, and I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I wanted to be the first woman president for a while, and just...
You could still be the word person.
I could.
I was going to say,
Yeah, no.
You probably, I mean, we're going to have to, take this stuff
A couple
away.
years down the road.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Call up Leia, hey Leia, so about Ambien noise.
We're going to need to get that going.
Secret Service men just show up at your door like, yeah, we're going to need to take all this.
No, I always wanted to be famous. I always wanted to be an actress from, like, the time I was born. I popped out. My mom took me to a stage play when I was young, and I was just like,
I want to do that.
I want to be out there. And that was it.
Yeah, I also wanted to be a musician for the longest time. Up until probably like 6 years ago when I realized I'm not going to be a musician.
Yeah, but you still do. If someone was like, we'll do it right now, you'd still,
Yeah, I mean, if you need a decent clarinet player.
I wouldn't. See, that's the funny thing. I wanted to be an actress my whole fucking life. But if somebody came up to me today and said, you're going to be the next Scarlett Johansson, I would be like, fuck you, no.
I graduated
I'm not doing
with my best friend
14 hours on set.
And he's
I'm
like,
not
"They
going
have
to
clarinet in
be
the closet.
verbally
You should learn to
used.
play
I'm
it."
not
I
going
bought him out.
to.
He's
Like, the
like,
paycheck is
"Yeah,
nice,
it all
but
is."
you never
I
stop.
don't know how to play this fucking
Even at the grocery store, you have to be fucking nice to people.
Yeah, see, that's the bad thing. Once I had that check, once that one good check was in there, I'd be like in the grocery store, like Ozzy Osbourne,
the kid from Willy
kissing
Wonka.
all the grapes, like, oh yeah, like, eat that. Yeah, I don't respond well
Start saying
to
really racist
yeah.
stuff.
Well, maybe not that much, but like you were saying, like the verbal abuse
and
stuff. I'm like, oh no.
No one ever told me. They were like, your lips are too big. You have to roll them in. And like, if someone would have fucking told me that in the first place,
You gotta.
When I honestly,
no,
when I was in,
like you have to do that.
You
But
go
I
in
had
this
to
way,
like, I had to like go like that before I could buzz.
I know. I
To get him
played
to fit in
trombone.
there.
I feel you, girl.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
would-
trombone was awesome. I loved it. But French horn, the mouthpieces, like that.
I wanted to play trumpet, but I had to play clarinet. And it's funny because I just realized this, but I also wanted to play
clarinet
drum.
guy. I see it.
I wanted to play drum. I was forced to by my parents. But all of my friends are musicians, and they're always like, you should be in a band with us. And I'm just like, no, that's not my thing. But I wonder if that's like some suppressed memory of me not wanting to go to band. And like Sean's in a big band that just was in Revolver. And like, I have friends that he constantly asked me to go on tour with him, but like, I don't know. So it's weird. I just thought about that because he's always been like, yo, you should be in our band. I don't care. Just learn to play an instrument. It's not going to be that hard. I'm like, okay. But it's not interesting to me.
He plays that.
He'll play the triangle. That's what you play. Ding. Show him your ding.
I don't know. I always would always say, like, I don't want to grow up.
Like,
Lost Boy?
Like, for
I had
the
that pro- I
longest
would've done
time,
that,
that
yeah.
was just my
Oh,
straight
yeah.
answer, like, I don't want to grow up.
Well, see, I had that problem too.
I wanted to grow up fast.
I had that problem, and
I wanted to be
then
an astronaut at one point and like a pilot.
I definitely wanted to be. I still want to be an astronaut.
Dude, I would totally. If I had to choose a way to
Fuck
die,
space.
like if I
That is
died
horrifying.
fucking in space or going to space or coming from space, I don't care.
yeah, no,
He,
I'm not
like,
good with that at all.
Fuck.
Peter Pan was like
Not worried about
I loved the live action one because in that one he says death is just another great adventure, and I always thought of that when I was trying to overcome my fear of death. Like, I know that you don't like talking about it, so I don't talk
Nope.
about it, but
Please don't.
that quote to me just made everything like feel okay.
What was the quote? I already forgot it.
Death is just another great adventure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I love Peter Pan.
Did you say
As
that?
do I. I wanted to be a firefighter when I was really young.
Me too. I
and-
still kind of want to be.
And then somebody
You too.
kind of actually went, I don't remember who it was, but was like, oh, well, this, and started describing like what you actually have to do.
Oh, it's hard.
I was really young, and I'm like,
No, that
Maybe
sounds like
I
work.
could just be the dude with the hose. Like I wanted to be a
Yeah,
firefighter.
no, you can't just be the guy
Right,
with
but
the
I
hose.
just wanted to be the guy that turned the water on and was like, all right, like I
Generation.
right, that was So then I realized, oh man, no, you have to rush burning buildings. I'm not doing that. I just
You also can't put too much water on it because then the house has water damage.
Right. See, I just wanted to hose
After
stuff
it was
down,
just
turn
on
down.
fire. So
Then after I was in a play when I was like 6 or something in like first grade, from then till like probably even now, I wanted to be an actor like you. There was a long period of time where that's all I wanted, absolutely nothing to do with anything else. And then that changed, and then I wanted to be a musician for a long time. I wanted nothing more than to be in a band. I didn't want anything but that. And it just gradually changed. When I was really young, I wanted to be a firefighter. And I wanted to be any sort of actor, I suppose.
I tried playing guitar for a little bit, and I couldn't really.
What did you want to be?
There's a couple things. We always like say that I'm Evie because like I just have so many like possibilities and outcomes. But when I was younger, I always like knew and felt like I was meant to be a teacher. But I always wanted to wait till I had more life experience, like before I did that. But
I wanted to be a teacher for a long
I
time.
went through. I wanted to be a voice
drama
actor
teacher.
really bad. I still kind of want to be a voice actor. I wanted to be like an animator or like an artist because I used to draw cartoons like every single day.
Same.
And then I wanted to be a firefighter for a long time too. It's not just like the idea that you save people, but it's like that sense of community that like I always get that like vibe from.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I mean, it's like 4 days on, 4 days off. You know, like where your whole life
there's
is
a lot to
entrenched
it,
in
yeah.
just.
You could move
Oh,
to a
yeah.
small town and be part of a volunteer firefighting
That's true too.
brigade. That's
Maybe one day.
I also wanted to be a writer. Like once I
Oh,
hit
yeah.
I
college,
did too
Yeah,
at one
me
point,
too.
I
actually.
started writing.
Yeah.
I still write. I write constantly. I've
I
written
forgot
like
about that actually.
10 fucking books and I haven't done a goddamn thing with them.
That was later on. I was like, I don't know, I think 9 or 10 or something, and I was really good at writing and stuff. And in school, and all my teachers, they actually made me, but I had a few of them like kind of strongly
script, man.
suggest entering contests or whatever it was and I had a teacher in middle school that she's like, can I enter this in something and put your name? I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, it was just an assignment, but so yeah, and then I thought about it and I was like, well, I'm apparently good at it. I was like, maybe I can do that. Like, you know.
That leads into another question that I have. Like, describe one of your favorite teachers.
Oh man.
Mrs.
Because everyone's got one. Everybody.
Ooh, actually, okay. So from middle school, it was definitely. Oh, I don't know.
I don't.
Well, probably like my critical thinking teacher, or my one of my technology
the German one
teachers.
that used to rub his nipples. And
Oh my god, I fucking love
Sorry.
Dr.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, hold on, I gotta think of his name.
No. Okay, let Brady
Who's
go
that
first.
teacher you had that used to
No,
rub
you don't even
himself?
know. He acted like
No,
he
because
acted.
he said no, so let Brian finish. I cut him off.
No, that just reminded me.
I was thinking, what were you saying?
But from high school, probably my art teachers. Like honestly, my sculpture teacher. Well, no, my mainly ceramics and pottery teacher. But also my sculpture teacher was really cool too. Two different ladies, but yeah.
What, Dan?
Dr. Badir is his name, and he is amazing. He is,
Gru.
yeah, he's Gru. He's just like Gru from,
He talks like Gru.
yeah. Yeah, Despicable Me. He sounds exactly like Gru, and he looks like Mr.
Little
Bean.
girls.
He looks like Mr. Bean, and
He would rub his nipples.
he would no look. He was an engineering teacher, and that doesn't anyway. So he would whenever you got units wrong, he would go, "What is this bananas?" Like he would just go great. And then when he was trying to teach you a math equation, he'd go, "You have this, you have this, right?" And he would touch his nipples on the way down and on the way up. And he would always rub his nipples. And when he was trying to get you to understand something, he would do this like little pelvic thrust that you didn't understand. And
So he'd stand at your desk.
and he would go over to desks sometimes, and he would just start doing this, and it would look like he was just straight up fucking the desk. And he was honestly, he's probably one of the best engineering teachers I had.
Oh,
and it was just
gosh.
like basic engineering. He's a civil engineer teacher, and I was biomedical, but Yeah, he was good. There was another guy who was a biomedical teacher, and I can't remember his name, but he didn't teach. He taught environmental. I can't remember his name. He was a really good one. He taught me about Bitcoin before it got crazy. And I was like, I don't know if I should get into it because I'm not sure. And then I didn't.
And now you regret it.
And
Well,
here we are.
The only teachers that I remember, because I have a shit brain, were in high school, and my two favorite teachers in high school were Miss Whitener, but I mean she was bipolar as fuck.
Oh my
She was
god.
bipolar as fuck. She was
one
my
of
drama
favorites,
teacher, and
too.
she would go from like, "How are you today?" to like, "Get the fuck out of here!" like instant. And then Mr. Koza, who was my marine biology teacher, he was fucking cool as shit. And then I guess I did in 8th grade. I had Mrs. Jekyll, but we called her Jekyll and Hyde because she also had split personality. That was insane.
All right.
Yeah. In college, I had some good professors, but they're working actors, so we're teachers, but.
Yeah, I had really good math professors, but I was thinking more of engineering. But can't think of any of them off the top.
My improv teacher, Frances, was fucking crazy, and she's in a shit ton of movies now. I mean, she always was, but she was fucking nuts. The first day we met her, she like stormed into the room like a fucking whirlwind and was like, "All right, you're in this class, we're going, motherfucking balls to the wall, thunderfuck," and we're all like, "What is happening?"
She's probably on cocaine or something.
No, she's just
Oh.
fucking amazing.
I just remembered something.
Crazy, wonderful black woman. Like, amazing.
I had two teachers, one in middle school that was really, I mean, it was a science teacher, and he was a great science teacher. Partially, I feel like because he didn't care if he was fired, I'd be like, hey, take this job or not, because before this he had like studied for music, went to college for music, like total, was in band after all this stuff. So this I feel like was kind of like a fallback, but which leads me into something else. But he was a good science teacher because I felt because of that, I feel like science should have been like. That's a hands-on class to me, like, yeah, you can learn in the book and whatever, but so this was a teacher where nobody wants to give 6th and 7th graders experiments and glass tubes and scalpels and stuff to work with. Most of my teachers like, screw that, you're reading the book, I'm not trusting anybody with anything. So he would have us do really cool stuff, like, all the time. He would have us, it was always a hands-on thing, an experiment, so that was awesome.
You learn way better that way.
Oh yeah. So then later on the side, he started all I ever wanted to do was play the guitar since I was 5 years old. So he started an after-school thing when we started doing this after-school program, and he took it upon himself to do his own after-school program to teach kids how to play guitar. So I would sneak my brother's guitar on his big-ass acoustic guitar in a case on my back on my bicycle to school, ride it there, use it after school, and then come back. And eventually, through the class and staying after and teaching me and stuff, he gave me one of his electric guitars with a case, full setup, like everything. It was like, it's yours, like, just take it, dude. Like, I have 10 of them, I don't play this with, just take it. If you ever stop playing, return it, whatever. And so that was like amazing to me because one, somebody gave me a guitar which was beyond my comprehension, and two, like, was taking the time out of their day to actually teach and really.
Do you still play, or
so.
did you return it?
Oh no, I still play. Not as much as I wish I did, but I still cherish that guitar actually. So yeah. So that
I
was,
had a differential equations teacher who used to use math equations to explain science experiments, and he would do science experiments while he's explaining how to write these like 8-page equations. And he'd just be like, okay, well, the water right now is 100 degrees and it's boiling, and then he's like, we have a thermometer in there, and you can see that it's dropping at this rate, so we're going to put these variables here. And he's like, now we have to solve the problem. Then he's just like, run through the problem. And he'd be like, okay, in 2 minutes, it's going to be this temperature. Ready? See? And it was like, why don't you just fucking wait 2 minutes, man? But no, it was fun. I like teachers that are very much hands-on and explain stuff.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's not a
when you take
compliment.
organic chem, you can see that the world is made
of things.
It's not even. I mean, it's not. It's ridiculous because you say it like, and it's
My
obvious.
chemistry teacher
Yeah.
was
But
probably one of my
organic
favorite
chem really
teachers.
breaks down the whole world into organic molecules, and you really see where the world. You put everything into perspective through like if you take an electron away or if you add an electron, if you bind a molecule or if you subtract a molecule, like you just see that the world is way more random and chaotic than normal. I don't know.
Well, chemistry
But-
was one of my favorite classes just
I had a
because.
But Gen
Chemistry.
Chem,
I
Gen
fucking
Chem
had-
is
I took
just
chemistry.
Well, I had Dr. Prezavento. He was
I don't even
brand
know if
new
I
there.
did.
I had a
Gen Chem
was
is
a
just
chemistry
basic
teacher.
memorization.
He was too passionate about chemistry to be a high school teacher for it.
I had a
Like,
shit chemistry teacher.
he got so much shit from all the kids, but honestly,
I
he
did
was a really
too.
cool guy.
I had a shit Gen Chem teacher.
But yeah, no, chemistry was just I love like just the
I loved the idea of it. I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna learn chemistry. And I got in there,
Yeah.
and my teacher, like, I need things explained. I need things shown to me.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, she didn't know chemistry because she would look at the book and she would repeat the sentence, and I would say, no, I can read. What does it mean? And she would just be like, well, just read it again. And it's I don't.
My Gen Chem teacher was like, he was like an X-ray crystal scientist.
Oh my God.
And he made breakthroughs. This guy is at Edison. Well, he's at FSW, whatever the fuck. He's the Gen Chem teacher, and he's like way beyond anything I could comprehend. Even like the guy who I told you, differential equations guy, he said like he's read all of his articles, and that guy is brilliant and he's rich. He's like he has no clue why he's here, and he didn't give a fuck what you thought. He wrote the information, and he was so old that if he dropped a marker, it was like a 10-minute excursion of him going, and like the whole time. It was like the most interesting part of his class. He would write all the words from the book on the board, and then tell you had to know it for the test, and people would just have like cheat sheets that they would just put out on their desk because he was too old to come look. And it was a big stadium, and you'd just take the test and you'd be like, oh, what's the answer to 4? Okay, you got it right there.